We moved in here about 3 years ago, almost exactly. And we've added a few things, but a lot of these nice things, including that full-grown lemon tree that has lemons on it almost all year, was here before. And so we've added these cypress because it kind of fit the architecture of the house, kind of a Mediterranean, and all this other stuff was here, but we added those and 2.25 years ago, we hired a company called Native West that planted a native plant garden out here in the front. And let's get Mrs. Briggs's smile as she admires the decomposed granite, which she hates. As a girl from Oregon, she loves, just loves it. And so anyway, so these roses were here, but we added all these. These are kind of California natives, or maybe we're cheating a little bit because they're native to Arizona, although I think they spread over into the Southern California desert. And so we put all of these things in, added those little century plants as an accent. We've got our Salvia clevelandii right here, and more Salvia clevelandii here. I've forgotten the variety on this one. Aromas. The variety is Aromas. And then down here is another Salvia clevelandii, which is Winifred Gilman is the variety on this one. There's another one over there. Actually, there's 2 of them there, 4 of them all together. When we got here 3 years ago, we had a beautiful olive tree that had probably been here for about as long as this house, which is 50 years. And it had a little bit of dead stuff on it, and come to find out that it was in the process of dying. And we made a heroic effort to try and keep it alive. Probably kept it a lot longer than I should have, but I just didn't want to give up on it if it had any hope at all of surviving. But it didn't. It had 3 trunks left last summer, and by this spring 2 out of 3 of them were completely dead. And so a month ago they tore it out, and we went to a nursery in Chino and asked them what they had in the way of a strawberry tree, which has this beautiful red bark, just like, or similar to, the California manzanita. And so I think you can see some of that red bark on it. And it's just beautiful. Also, at this time of year, it's got these little flowers and blossoms on it, and then those will turn into berries later on. But that there is what they look like this time of year. Nice pink blossom. So today, look at that gnarled red bark. That's just really beautiful looking underneath there. And so this morning they came and put it in, and it looks fantastic. I might need to shape it a little bit, you know, prune it just a little bit to make sure it kind of looks balanced, but it looks just great. So I'm going to swing around here and look at our other little things that are growing. We got a few over here. This is a manzanita right here. that has been in for just a little bit over half a year, and it's coming along just fine. Manzanita can be a little bit temperamental in the garden because it's so drought tolerant that we tend to give it too much water, especially in the summertime. California natives are used to not getting or getting little or no water in the summertime. So this little area up here and the bridge and the little dry creek bed, which the guys put in a little over 2 years ago. And all of this is also California natives up here, although we're in really deep shadow, so a little hard to see. And these are big old giant sycamore trees, and that's one of them, and then the other one is right there, and that is just a beauty. And then this one right in between it, actually kind of obscured a little bit, is an oak. Got all this 3-on grass. We got a little meadow going here, which is looking a whole lot better this year than it was last year. This is our strawberry tree, and this is a variety of, it's a cultivar, it's a hybrid of California madrone, I believe. The madrone is much more temperamental in the garden. This is very garden friendly, supposed to be, so we're gonna soon find out. And so that's kind of the way things look out here on a pretty May day. The lavender's going crazy. The Cleveland sage, Salvia clevelandii aromas, is going crazy. And the Winterford Gilman Cleveland sage, that ends up blossoming just a little bit later, which means once we get into June, that other one will have faded, but this one will still be around, so it's kind of nice. Oh, and we're here, we're interviewing Mrs. Briggs, the homeowner.
Well, Bob, let me tell you, it's much better looking than a dead olive tree. Even for those of us who are a little bit red and green colorblind, it's a much needed improvement.
It is a much needed improvement.
And I want to know.
Anyway, so that's what we've been doing this morning.